traders, how are you? Vladimir here from Home Trader Club. In this video, I would like to share with you the top 5 trades taken by myself or my team during June 2023. It's not only to show the best trades, and in this video, I want to focus on the educational part. I want to explain what led us to the decision to make a trade, what sort of analysis we implement and we do that leads us to decide that this trade is valid or not, and why. And I also will show you, you will see there in these examples, the trading management, because for me, it's always the most important part to keep the numbers working in my favor. If you missed this very important video, make sure you watch that on the right top corner of how to make the numbers work in your favor. Okay, and by saying that, it's extremely important you understand that when you are trading, there is no way that you will trade on 100% success rate. It's not going to happen. Okay, so anything that you will be able to work with above 50% or even 50% accuracy with more than 1-to-1 risk reward and average, or higher accuracy level and lower risk reward, okay, you will make the numbers work in your favor. And as long as you can stick to that, you would be progressing to the right direction in your trading journey. And I picked 5, there are more trades, but I picked 5 trades which for me are top, both because they are classical technical opportunities, but also because they will help me to explain this point of management. Why? Even before trades reach the initial, ideal, optimized target zone, how and when I implement my management. Okay, so let's begin with the first one. So for the first trade, I'll go here. As you can see, I'm in the Home Trader Club. This is our track recording trading journal for the ease of following, of course. So this trade was during June Aussie Kiwi. Okay, so it's a bit small image here, but this was our sell plan, okay, with these targets in play. So this trade was managed before, right here, and I want to explain why. Okay, very important. So let's go to the charts, and this was the trade I am referring to. Okay, so right here, 13th of June, this is where we saw the opportunity. Now, let's see what and why happened there that helped me to decide it's a good sell. So if I go to the daily chart, okay, at that point, here is what I saw. Okay, the market is moving within these 2 swing waves, and right now, by the time we are rallying here, we are coming back to this strong resistance and supply area. Okay, so judging based on a daily chart, this is in the classical key zone. Okay, if I take a look on the Bollinger Bands, okay, I can see that right here from this moment when the Bollingers are widening, we are right on a classical duplicated level. Another amazing verification. I take it down to the 4-hour chart. So I found the level on a daily chart. Okay, that's first thing. I go to the 4-hour chart, and on the 4-hour chart, here is what was in play. While the market is making this sequence of higher highs, higher lows, with a bearish divergence on the moving average of the MACD and the RSI, okay, this verifies me that the level I found on a higher time frame, in that case the daily chart, is really respected on a lower time frame, and the seller starts to show their interest on this level by creating the indication of a reversal. And then on the 1-hour chart, what I found here was one of the classical conditions I love to follow personally. So that's 2 following false breakouts. Okay, So I got this fake high, another fake high. Fake high means attempt to break and retrace immediately to close below the broken high. Okay? And then the most recent rising supportive line was broken, and the market starts to make lower lows on the chart, lower lows on the indicator. From that point, it's easy decision for me to go and to sell the rallies. And here is the plan I shared. This is also in our groups of Home Trader Club. Okay? This was the following plan here. Okay? We got the 3 waves on the lower time frame, 2 waves correction back inside this massive volume zone would be a great sell opportunity with the break of the line. Okay, so taking that, let me just show it to you here. Just scroll a little bit. Here we are. Okay, so these are the 3 waves we are building to the downside. Then we got the ABCD correction, and as you saw in the image, breakdown here would be an amazing opportunity for a sell. This is one of my favorite strategies to ride with the trend when strategies are manually implemented. So it's not system based where I get alerts. This is manually applied fully from beginning to the end. Okay, and why do I love that? Because with the higher time frame targets, I got this trigger. The risk reward in such cases would be in my favor. Okay, now as I showed you before here, okay, at that point, right when it reached the first key level, it's slightly above the original target I wanted. I decided to go risk-free. For me, risk-free means, or if the risk reward is in my favor already, or I cash out fully, or partial cash out, depends how much what happens if I cash out. Usually, with a positive risk reward, I cash out about 70-80% of my trade. Okay, and I want to explain why, because it happened to be right here on the bottom and it turned to be a good call. Of course, it's easy to go and to judge that looking backwards, but I want to explain my logic here. Okay, so here is the level I originally wanted the targets at. Okay, right here. As you can see, it was very close to there, but it was missing few points, and I decided I stepped back. The reason is because this was the entry. Remember this ABCD which I just showed you. The risk reward is already in my favor. I'm very close to the target zone. And on the 1 hour chart, that's what I saw. MACD making completely new low. RSI is on oversold conditions. Very, very, very tricky for further sell continuation. At that very point, 4 hour chart was pointing a bullish hidden divergence, higher lows on the chart, lower lows on the indicator. 2 indications against me on the higher time frames, because remember the entry I showed you, 15 minutes. Okay, risk reward, big time in my favor, right next to the target zone, but not on it. Easy decision. 2 time frames showing indication against me. I'm taking the money. Looking backwards, of course, it's going to be good decision because the price really retraces and goes high. Of course, if it goes down, I might be regretting here this trading decision. But my personal motto, I would say, in trading, I prefer to miss than to regret. I never can allow myself to be greedy and try to squeeze more and more and more points. Whatever the market gives, as long as the numbers work in my favor, and make sure you watch this video on the right top corner on how to make these numbers work for you. It's very, 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 very important. I really suggest dedicate this time, watch it, take all the notes, and try to implement it. It really could help you in your trading. So this was the first trade which I wanted to explain what led what were the sequence of my trading decisions from the very beginning until the very end. The next trade I would like to share with you would be this AUDCAD Sell. We got here the trading plan that was the break of the low should lead to the sell. And here I can show it to you. Okay, So here we are. This was explained in the video I published in Home Trader Club. Let me just find and show it to you so you can see that by yourself. So here, as you can see, this is the exact plan. Okay, this was the original low I wanted to see, but as explained in this video published for the club, if we get a new low, then this will become the low of the trigger. And this is exactly what happened to be with the AUDCAD. We got, this was the low, of course, but we got this new high and the reversal took place. Now I want to show and explain this part again because it's one of my favorite techniques. After the rally, okay, I got two false breakouts. One fake high, second fake high under the bearish divergence conditions. I love that. It's absolutely classical. Okay, and it follows, as you can see, bearish divergence on the moving average on the RSI. Now, here is why initially I love that. Take a look what happens on the higher time frame. We complete three waves, falling or declining waves, descending waves, not declining, sorry, descending waves, bearish divergence on the moving average of the MACD and RSI, and this is a beautiful zone here. Supply area and resistance area from the higher time frame. Absolutely classical verification from the higher time frame. Then on the lower time frame, as we just saw before, okay, the reversal sign happened to be new high and turnaround. The most recent supportive line is broken. After that, sell the rallies here becomes an easy plan. Okay, so again, a classical trend reversal trading strategy applied and implemented here, right on key level from the higher time frame. Multi-time frame synchronization is what you want to implement in your trading. And as we saw here, the target zone was right based on the 4-hour chart, and not much more to say. It just reached eventually. So this is it for this trade. Once again, 4-hour chart, key levels. You can also find the same key levels on the daily chart. By the way, take a look here. Massive supply area. Look at this volume. Huge volume zone. As soon as we are there, it screams sell. And also, take a look what happens here with the Bollingers. Straight move from one to other band. I call it band-to-band move. Straight band-to-band move. Reaching to a beautiful supply area, zone of control of sellers. Bearish hidden divergence on the daily chart. Take a look here. Lower highs on the chart, higher highs on the indicator. Bearish hidden divergence. Absolutely fantastic sell call. Okay, so this was the second trade which I wanted to explain. The next trade that I want to share with you and explain as well would be a sell on the DAX. So this one also was executed in Home Trader Club, and as you can see here, these two key levels, that's the two zones we want to see the market holding. The sellers managed to take the control and push it lower. The first target zone is this inner area. The next target zone is far more. Anyway, the final target zone never reached. The first target zone was. I want to explain why specifically I choose the levels the way I do. So this was the trade. It's right here, as you can see on. I still have these levels because it was done recently. So I want to explain why specifically I went on this moment for a sell, and let's begin. So the first time frame in this analysis was actually the weekly time frame. And with the weekly time frame, what I saw is that we saw the market making one more high, but under same pressure, making lower highs on the moving average of the MACD, creating the negative divergence, okay, bearish divergence. This is the first sign that, okay, I need to pay attention to that. Then on a daily chart, here's what I love to see. That descending legs, as you can see, is getting smaller and smaller, and mainly take a look how it's rounding, okay, rounding top. So this is an indication of slowing down. That's an indication that the buyers are losing their momentum at that very point. Okay, so for me, it's like, okay, it really starts to look good. Besides that, we do have divergence on all the highs from the very beginning. Okay, we can start to see the slowdown. But the main part is the end, where we also got a false breakout on a daily chart with moving averages divergence on the MACD as well as the RSI. And that's where I said, okay, let's go to lower time frame and find the opportunity here. And what happens on the lower time frame is absolutely classical trend reversal conditions. And I would like to recommend you to watch this video. On the right top corner of this video, you will see one of my favorite ways to deal with trend reversals. Okay, and in that case, it is again a classical sign: three waves, rising supportive line, higher highs on the chart versus lower highs on the indicators everywhere, moving average of the MACD, histogram, RSI, fake high, it's a false breakout, okay? And then we break the rising supportive line and making lower lows, couple in a row, okay? So as soon as that happens here, this is the first important area, okay? Broken support becomes a resistance, and previous high, the last high of the uptrend before the trend flips, becomes the classical supply area. So as long as these two zones manage to hold, any pullback, in that case it was a little range here, as you can see, okay, and there is no way to predict how deep a pullback would be. Okay, sometimes it goes into waves. There is no rule that something happens all the time. It doesn't happen this way. So we have to react to the price act, and in that case, it's ranging and gaining momentum. Take a look at all the range happens within one big candle. That's a very strong bearish sign, and it makes the whole dive down all the way to the first target zone. So I want to explain why it is the first target zone, even though the classical area would be here on the bottoms. It also was reached, but just want to explain why specifically here. So this low belongs to the higher time frame. Okay, this is a daily chart low, and this was the most recent leg. If this low would be crossing down, that means the weekly cycle potentially changes. But if not, that means we might have just a deep dive to the downside without changing the higher time frame. And that was my assumption. Okay, I'll go with this as a first target zone. Why is this? Because this is a classical demand area. If you think about it, that's where the higher highs, higher lows happen to form. This was the first low, okay, that the sellers were trying to push down, and the buyers reject and push back up. So this is a big demand area, and it's very possible if it's still an uptrend, the buyers will reject this area. That's why I said, okay, that's supposed to be my first target zone, okay? And if it just passes beyond this level and goes and breaks this low, no problem. That's where the next target zones, as we saw here, okay, that's where the next target zones would actually be set, okay? In that case, as you can see, the first target was reached, and that's it. This low is still respected. So maybe the higher time frame is not yet fully ready for the reversal. Okay, so I want to explain in this trade how the short term plays important role in trading decisions. And remember, it's always what do you get in the risk reward. And in case of a range breakout, risk reward will always work big time in your favor, because usually what you risk in a short term with ranges or ABCD breakouts would be small compared to the significant demand supply movements on the next levels. Okay, so that's what I want to explain in this trade DAX sell. For any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to explain any question you have about any of the technical terms I'm sharing with you here. And I do have a little request from you. If you find value in this video and other videos I upload for you, I need your support. I would like to ask your support back. Please hit this like button. Few words, feedback in the comment section would be a great help. This is how YouTube algorithm works. So any help from you is very much appreciated. Feel free to share it with anyone who you believe can find benefit by watching such videos and these explanations. Thank you very much in advance to all those of you who take the time and support and help. The next couple trades would actually be trades I would want to share with you. These trades were executed by my team. And these trades are from the SRS Trend Rider Pro. Okay, so the first trade, which I want to explain here, is the NASDAQ. Okay, classical technical conditions with this buy, and I want to explain why. One of my favorite, let me just draw it here. One of my favorite ways I love to work with the SRS is when you got some ongoing trend and it flips, like in that case, you can see the most recent trend is broken and higher high starts to reverse. And then the market is building up trending structure, which means trending structure for me is 3 higher highs, higher lows with ABCD correction, or zigzag, 2 waves up, 2 waves down, and breakout continuation. Okay, all that when it's like after the change of the trend. And that's what happened here, as you can see. Okay, I'll just draw it for you. 3 higher highs, higher lows. Okay, ABCD correction, and the market takes and breaks this ABCD. We managed to see the breakout happens. It's an absolutely classical buy opportunity after the trend was flipped here. Okay, and for that we check the SRS candle on all the time frame. 4-hour chart, it's bullish candle, which means the buyers are in current control. 1-hour chart bullish, 15 minutes flips and next bullish. Checking the momentum here, as you can see, also switched to bullish. That's an easy buy decision that goes and reaches both targets. So I want to show you here on the SRS one of the favorite price action behaviors we love to see when the trend flips and then the market make the trending structure, corrective movement, and a rally. And especially when all that happens, when we get the 3 higher highs, higher lows, when the price does not go below or goes below and retraces upside again, this is very, very good technical signs. And the last trade would also be from the SRS. This was the pound yen buy. Same story. Don't have enough information here, but it was little corrective momentum there by making the lower highs, lower lows. And again, note how the trend flips here. Okay, we got a sequence here. Beautiful, beautiful rally. There's 2 big waves, 1 tiny wave here to the upside, which by itself could be broken to 3 inner waves, as you can see. Okay, we got the pullback once again, slightly below this first low, and 2 waves correction. Afterwards, we get the breakout. The price goes, breaks the ABCD line. This is the ABCD line, right? A, B, C, and D. Okay, ABCD line. We break above that, and it's a classical buy opportunity. What again triggers my eye here? 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart are in absolute bullish control, as you can see on these candles. 15 minutes again lines up with them. Momentum and sentiment are both in the bullish direction. It's an easy buy decision. Again, classical opportunity. The first target is reached pretty instantly. The next target was reached right after that. You can see that also the momentum continues even further on after making these 3 higher highs, higher lows. We got other ABCD here, right? Another ABCD, which breaks and provides another further rally later on. So that's, again, absolutely classical price structure I love to see on the SRS, to join and follow that trend. So that's pretty much it for this video. Top 5 trades in June 2023. I hope I managed to explain the logic in our analysis and trading decisions. What leads me to decide when am I entering, when I join a trend, where am I attacking when I trade reversal signs. Keep in mind, none ever would guarantee a profit. But when you respect the multi-time frame analysis methods, the risk reward and the numbers to work in your favor, then you create yourself an edge. And this edge is what you need in trading. There will be never a guarantee for a profit or anything like that. And if you believe in that, please stop. That such things do not exist. Okay, there will be never guarantee. All you can focus and create for yourself is an edge. An edge is high accuracy analysis and higher odds trading levels and entries. All that happens to be in a multi-time frame analysis with risk reward in your favor, initial one, and the average to be again in your favor. And then it's enough you trade with 50% accuracy and you start to see stable, consistent growth. So I hope you find value in this video, and I would like to invite you to our trading family, the Home Trader Club, where you will get your access to our full trading courses, both beginners and advanced, real-time trading education, real-time trading opportunities, our community, and so much more. Join us with the link below this video in the description. So thank you for your time watching this video. Best to you and yours, and I'll see you soon with more. Bye for now. Good trading.